I said, Mary, I got to go to the restroom. So I go outside. Jerry's by the bar. I said, Jerry, Mario's in there, and he's not happy. I said, get out of here. Go up the street to the diner. Wait for me, right? So he goes up to the street to the diner. Now I'm relaxed. I go back in. I says, Mario, what could I do for you? And he said, you know, this guy was very disrespectful. This is my brother-in-law, and so on and so forth. And he says, you know, he said, F me and all this kind of stuff. And I said, Mario, I got to understand, I'm got to lie here. I said, Mario, your brother-in-law's not telling you the truth. I said, I was sitting by the window. I heard the whole thing. I said, Jerry never said that. Your brother-in-law's lying. How could you? I know my brother-in-law 20 years. He says, well, I know Jerry 20 years. You know, we're going back and forth, and he says, well, I want to kill Jerry Zimmerman. I said, well, then I got to kill your brother-in-law. So what are we going to accomplish here? You know, this is how it's...
This is literally how this is going.
This is literally. I mean, you would have thought it was a nuclear explosion. This was over. He said, well, I'm going to put him in a hospital. I said, well, I got to put your brother-in-law in a hospital. So what are we going to do? We're going to go back and forth with this thing, right? I'm telling you, Patrick, this went on for 3 hours because he was an old-timer. He wouldn't budge, not budge an inch, right? Now I'm saying, man, this is going to go all the way up to the boss. I said, we're going to have a whole production here. I said, Mario, tell me what you want. What do you want out of this? I said, no, don't even tell me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give your brother-in-law a new car. Tell him you won the argument, you won. I'll give him a new car, and I'll take care of Jerry. Well, I want Jerry in a hospital. I said, stop the hospital. So I'll take care of Jerry. He's my guy. Take the new car. Tell your brother-in-law you won. You know, whatever it is. You got it made. That's how I finally resolved it.